Well, yes, Mark.
Oh, yes. Simon.
I've been thinking a lot about the future this week.
Will you flag it up when it's the child's joke? Will you flag that
Yes,
up?
I will. No, I'll tell you, because it won't fit.
Okay. Okay. You've been thinking about the future.
Yeah, I've been thinking about the future. I've been all round showbiz North London searching for a psychic to help me out just a little bit. However, all the people I spoke to were either a bit depressed or a touch down in the dumps or worrying about their own problems. I just find it so hard to find a happy medium. Okay, I thought that was better.
It's all right. It's all right.
So
it's a kind of it's a sort of reverse engineered joke, isn't it? So I can imagine that Simon Poole has thought, how can I get to happy medium from here? Okay.
Well, you wait for this one. So after all the annoying psychic hunting, I went for a drive around Old Londinium to cheer myself up. What a great city it is. I ended up having fish and chips in a new artisan fish and chip shop in West London that serves its fish on photocopier paper. It's a lovely little place on the A4. I think that's good. Anyway, when I got home, though, Mark, I'd been kicked out of the house. All my stuff was dumped in the front garden. The good lady ceramicist her indoors shouted, "I can't cope with your terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonations anymore." She shouted that through the front window. "Don't worry," I shouted back, "I'll return." Good. So here's the joke sent in by Child 3 when he sent it to me on a text.
Right.
I should say, prior to this, that it's an Arsenal joke and he knows nothing about football. Okay, genuinely nothing. To the extent that we were watching the Euros, you know, the big kind of Euro final, semi-final, had not a clue as to what side was which, who was playing. Anyway, so that's the context.
I'd just like to say that is one of the things that I find most endearing about Child 3 and why he and I got on so well when we went for the cheese pizza. He never turned the conversation to football. Here we go.
So here we go. What do you call it? And I believe this to be an original joke, which is why I'm including it here. Okay. What do you call it when an old Arsenal manager burns down a small tower of wooden blocks?
I don't know. What do you call it when an old Arsenal manager burns down a small tower of wooden blocks?
Arsen-Jenga. Thank you very much. Very good. You see, it's not. No, you see. Let me just explain that. For Mark, Arsene Wenger was an Arsenal manager. I want to check in with Simon Poole, our Arsenal supporting producer, and obviously director of comedy. Simon Poole, fade yourself up. Arsen-Jenga, good joke.
I was preparing myself for the worst when you said it was an Arsenal joke, so I think in terms of sheer relief, that's an 8 out of 10.
Thank you very much. I think it's good. I think it's original. I think it shows possibility. Anyway, DVD of the week, you say.
Yes.
Jeff says absolutely The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. S.E. Christie, bringing up baby is Katharine Hepburn at her most winning, which is very winning indeed, and it's still zippy and consistently chucklesome over 80 years on from its initial release. Mark will pick the story of film, though, which is fair enough. I could listen to the other Mark's soothing Irish brogue all the live long day, don't know, silly phrase. Eccentric Dad says, if he doesn't choose Bird with Crystal Plumage, I'll eat my hat. David Porter, why choose one film to fall in love with when you can fall in love with the whole of cinema? Well, all that could be put into 15 hours. Definitely the story of film, An Odyssey. And Calton says, The Big Fix, man, it's been years since I've seen that. Anyway, what is our DVD of the week? Increasingly not relevant.
Our DVD of the week, with absolutely no question whatsoever, is The Bird with Crystal Plumage, which is the limited edition 4K UHD and Blu-ray, and is, you know, it's classic Giallo, it's classic Argento. I would advise everybody to read Alan Jones's book on Argento, and it is one of those films when this was, I think, the thing when Alan coined the phrase, you could take any frame from that film and hang it on a wall and it would look of art, and he's absolutely right. Bird with Crystal Plumage is just fantastic.
So what do you call it when an old Arsenal manager burns down a small tower of wooden blocks? The answer, of course, is Arsen-Jenga. Well, let's see what happens to that joke. Maybe it'll get used, maybe it won't.